Hey guys, so I thought I was only going to be shooting one video today, but then the transform wife had to drag me in, so stay tuned for what she's done now. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought I was only shooting and editing one video today. Apparently, the transformed wife, aka Lori Alexander, had another plan for Monday. Okay, so while I was editing my previous video, I was just scrolling through Twitter, which is what I normally do, and since I'm blocked from her on my main Twitter account, I'm scrolling through on my other Twitter account and found her latest tweet that she tweeted out yesterday afternoon. So, and when I say yesterday afternoon, she tweeted this out on September 21st of 2019. So I'm going to give some context behind this, then talk about the tweet, and then go from there. So how I came across Lori Alexander is Mr. Atheist posted a video covering one of her blogs that was called Men Prefer Debt-Free Virgins Without Tattoos. And I just could not believe that in this day and age there was somebody that actually went around and wrote things like this and professed things like this. And in this blog she pretty much states that this is her way of preaching against women going to college because you're going to incur debt, which is going to make men less likely to marry you. Also, it's preaching against premarital sex because if you have sex outside of marriage, men are less likely to marry you. And also, if you have tattoos, men are just less likely to marry you, which, to tell you the truth, I don't even remember her reason behind that, and frankly, I don't care. Okay? She got a lot of flack from that, and she actually has renamed that post as Godly Men Prefer Debt-Free Virgins Without Tattoos. She posted that blog on July 19th, 2018. I don't know if that's when she reposted it after changing the title or what. So if I can find Mr. Atheist's original video, I will link that in the description. If not, I'll just link his channel in the description. I mean, he has great content anyway, so you might as well go check that out. But anyway, pretty much it's just women should not go to college. You should just aspire to being a wife and a mother. You know, her normal rhetoric. You shouldn't have sex outside of marriage because the only reason why you should be having sex is to, have children with your husband. Her normal rhetoric. The tattoo thing, people have their own opinions about tattoos. My own father does not believe in tattoos on women, even though he has tattoos. And it's been like a back and forth thing with me and him for years. But anyway, so I thought I would go ahead and read what she posted yesterday for me. Today is the 22nd for me. So on the 21st, Lori Alexander tweets out, "Do you know that polls among men actually do confirm that men prefer debt-free virgins without tattoos? Imagine that." Well, Lori. Lori. Let's talk about some things here, okay? In 2019, tattoos are more and more common, not only among men, but also among women. They're not only common they're not only common amongst working class or lower class individuals, but also those that have, high paying career jobs such as lawyers and doctors and judges and things of that nature. They're not an uncommon occurrence. They're actually a very common thing nowadays. They're becoming so common that a lot of traditional jobs are changing their tattoo policies. Beforehand, people with tattoos were seen as someone with a criminal record. It was looked down upon by society, but as things have changed in society, the view on tattoos has also changed. Now, going into the debt. People go to college, and I say people as in all people, men and women alike, go to college, because nowadays a bachelor's degree pretty much equals a high school diploma, and so you need college to get jobs. You need college education. You need some form of college education to become a police officer. So college is a needed educational experience. Sorry to inform you. Also, on that note, not everybody accrues college debt. There are things like scholarships and grants that do not accrue debt. So not necessarily are you going to accrue debt if you go to college. Most people actually meet their husbands in college because people like to find people with like interest to spend the rest of their lives with. They don't want some dumbed down person that doesn't have any life experience. They want somebody that they can have a conversation about many different topics with. Most people that only have a high school education are not going to have that sort of educational basis to live off of. Plus, you get social means out of that. A lot of people make connections in college that give them into higher pay bracket jobs that also have people meeting people that they marry and spend the rest of their lives with. Also, looking at another thing, you're talking about people and marriage. Sorry to inform you, but for many years now, most marriages end in divorce at like about 51%. And that is marriages that are before the age of 26. So you are telling people that right out of high school, they need to get married. They need to start popping out babies. Well, guess what? Most of those marriages are doomed to fail. They're doomed to fail because at 18 years old, men are still immature. Women are still trying to figure out where they are, but they are more mature than men. In your mid-20s, you're going to hit another change in your life. You're going to be at a different point than you were in your in your late teens, early 20s. Then in your 30s, you're going to be in another period of your life. That gap in maturity can either narrow or expand depending on things like education, common interest, things of that nature that you will not know at 17, 18, 19 years old when you're coming out of high school and getting married to your high school sweetheart, or the kid down the block, or the dude that you went to church summer camp with. These are things that you need to investigate before you get married. And I can speak on that from experience because my first marriage, I got married at the age of 20 to my first ex-husband. And I had both of my children with him. And it was a horrible, horrible marriage. I got married not because I loved the person, but out of a sense of duty because we were having children and it was what you were supposed to do and all of that nice, lovely things. So that's going to also take us back to men do not want people that are not virgins. Actually, most men want a woman that has sexual experience. That whole pulling the V card thing is not cool when you're older. It's something that kids like to do in junior high and high school, But once you get older, it's not a status symbol. It's not something that you enjoy. Because sexual compatibility with somebody that you're going to spend the rest of your life with is a must. You have to be on the same wavelength. But again, Lori Alexander also does not see marital rape as rape. She believes once you say, yes, I do, at the altar, you have given consent for your husband to have sex with you whenever he wants, no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on with you. That means your husband may have a high libido and you may have a low libido. So he may want to have sex every night and you may only want to have sex once a month. Those are not sexually compatible people, and that woman is going to suffer because her husband is going to be having sex with her every night and she's not going to like that. And it's not going to be something you're just going to get used to. That is going to feel like rape every single time. But moving past that, because that's just not a topic I like to talk about. When marriages fail, guess what? Those women are not virgins, and sometimes they have children, which means they have debt. So are those women just supposed to just be like spinsters for the rest of their lives? Well, guess what, Lori? It doesn't happen that way. And on that note, that's where I have lost my mind when it comes to Lori Alexander. My husband stepped into my life when I was a single mother of 2, and I had a child that was extraordinarily sick. At that time, I didn't realize that she was dying and those were the last years of her life, but it was. And I had been divorced from my first husband for a while. I had gotten remarried and had had that marriage annulled because it was a toxic environment. Which means, no, by the time I met my husband, I was not a virgin. I was far from a virgin at that point. By the time I met my husband, I already had tattoos. I had started getting tattoos at a young age. I liked tattoos. I'd also had piercings that I had taken out and let grow up, and all kinds of other things because I had been a child and I had experienced things and I had lived my life. But I did not regret my tattoos. I did not regret my college experience, which has landed me the job that I have now that I enjoy. It also landed me a job that I had when I divorced my first ex-husband and had been able to support my children on my own and had given them a good life. And it also had given me a good experience. Now, when my husband met me, I had 2 children. I had debt. I lived in a very small home, and we lived on a very limited budget because I could not work due to my daughter's health. I had tattoos, and it did not sway him in the least bit. Since we've been together, we have gotten married. He knew all of my past. It did not deter him in the least bit. Matter of fact, my wedding ring is a tattoo. On top of that, my husband is the one that has been paying for all of this brand new ink work that I'm getting done that's in honor of my daughter that passed away. So, Lori, while you're professing that men prefer debt-free virgins without tattoos, I'm going to tell you right now, there are several men walking this planet that want a woman they can have a conversation with. They want a woman that is strong and can stand up on her own, and they want a woman that knows what she is worth. It doesn't matter the debt, her sexual experience, or her tattoo status. So the next time you want to go out and espouse your poisonous, religious, fundamentalist ideas, turn on your TV, shut your mouth, and open your eyes. Learn something about the world around you. Learn something about real men. My husband could have stepped out of my life when he saw exactly what was going on. Because 30 days into us dating, 13 days into us dating, my daughter went into the hospital for 47 days straight. And I was there at that hospital by her side the entire time. And that did not deter him. He wanted to see me. He came to the hospital. And he was there every day. He called every day. So the next time you want to try to tell everybody else what men want, maybe you should learn what men today actually are. Sorry guys that I got a little heated today, but that's a topic that gets on my nerves. Just because I'm a woman, don't tell me that I can't get an education. Don't tell me that I can't enjoy having a sexual relationship with somebody, and don't tell me that I can't get a tattoo, because it will not make me someone desired by another man. It's ridiculous, it's outdated, and it's completely out of place in today's society. Now, I'm pretty sure nobody really is going to be like, oh, this is the greatest video ever. But if you do agree with my opinions in this video, and these are my opinions, if you have other opinions, you're entitled to your opinions. I just don't believe that in this day and age, we should be so down on everybody. But if you agree with my opinions, or you think I'm valid in having my opinions, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you wish to, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell next to it. In the comment section down below, let me know, what do you think about Lori Alexander, her outdated opinions, and her poisonous thoughts? Or do you agree with her? I mean, you're wholeheartedly able to agree with her. That's your opinion. I'm also entitled to mine. But you can leave your comments down in the comment section down below. In the description box, you'll find my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and email. You guys can talk to me on any of those platforms. I will answer you in the comments. I will answer you on any of those platforms. But that's going to do it for me, guys. It's time for me to go wash my face and take a shower and go to bed, because I have to work tonight. And I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.